Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good late evening to all of my folks who are vigilant and serious about learning how to raise your black child to be a millionaire. We are, in this recording, we're going to cover the blog that was posted on October 29th, 2015. This particular blog was the second of those published on the hashtag Raising Black Millionaires um, blog site. So you can go ahead and listen to this recording or view this recording, and you'll get all of the content that was posted in the blog post. But please leave your comments either at the link below, just right there, or go to the blog site. The site is raisingmillionaires.wordpress.com, soon to be linked up with the URL raisingblackmillionaires.com. Just go to the site. A lot of times we post polls for you to really kind of think about where you are in your process to raise your black child to be a millionaire. Um, really just to get your mind going, just to get you to really start considering some things that you may be on point with in your strategies, and then what things you may be lacking in, because you always have time to improve them. And this is what this blog/vlog/slash movement is really all about. So that second blog post is titled How to Develop the Millionaire Mindset in Your Child. It begins: after posting the article Tips on Teaching Household Economics to Your Children, I received some phenomenal feedback from readers. Some of the best comments came from the awesome Thrive Tribe, started and headed by Dr. Monica Ogando. This group consists of entrepreneurial leaders who are constantly looking for ways to grow their efforts and help others to do the same. One of my fellow Thrivers, shout out to Miss Dawn, mentioned the importance of parents grooming children in the proper mindset and allowing their children to dream and take risk. Big thing. We're going to cover that more in a later post. Developing their children's minds and encouraging them to take risk were significant aspects of their own upbringings, as well as the way they raise their children. Oh, you know what? Let's read that again because I think I skipped something. One of my fellow Thrivers, shout out to Miss Dawn, mentioned the importance of parents grooming children in the proper mindset and allowing their children to dream and take risk. Of course, she mentioned many other great nuggets. She really did, all in due time. But in reflecting upon many of my interviews with these phenomenal millionaires and billionaires, developing their children's minds and encouraging them to take risk were significant aspects of their own upbringings, as well as the way they raised their children. Let's explore some of the ways this was done. Way number one: limited and or controlled television intake. One of the biggest and most consistent things I notice in my conversations with these economic and business giants is that their parents and they as parents prioritize cultivating the proper environments in which their children were developed. A major part of these enriching environments consisted of television regulation, and in some cases, no television. Now, in today's world where the various networks and streaming services come up with several intriguing new shows every season, this is extremely difficult. It's hard for adults to limit television intake, let alone limiting that of their children. But when I posed a question that had anything to do with entertainment and daily activities, all of the millionaires said the same thing. They either had very strict television allowances or none worth mentioning. Corporate giant Keith Weish, check out his bio at Keith Weish, keithwyche.com. That's keithwyche.com. Keith Weish said he and his sisters were only allowed 30 minutes of television each week. Not each day, each week. The rest of their time had to be spent on activities that encouraged brain growth versus dumbing down. So activities like reading, writing, physical activity, etc. That may be a hard one, I know. But one way my husband and I tackle this particular issue is with no television throughout the school week, and on the weekends they get to watch television or play video games 1 hour for every hour they read. Now, I'm going to take a moment to interject here. If you can recall from the last post or the post prior to this one, we talked about the grooming trifecta. And in the grooming trifecta, it covered the essentials of learning a foreign language, playing sports, and learning a musical instrument. Now, this is important because a lot of times our children today watch so much television that if you take away their television or if you take away their video games, they're like, okay, I don't have anything to do, Mom. I'm bored. Dad, what am I going to do? And it's like all is lost. But if we are filling their time with activities that involve their physical exercises and sports, they're learning foreign languages, they're learning a foreign instrument, then what happens is their time is absorbed in ways that, without them even really realizing it, that really expand their mind, expand their scopes, expand their horizons, and overall make them a far more well-rounded individual than many of us even received. So just wanted to throw that in there. Let's get back to the script. So if they know that Teen Titans or whatever is going to run for an hour, they get their prerequisite hour in, they being my children, before it comes on. Most of the time, they choose their own reading materials with the understanding that there are some books we simply require them to read. An example of one of the books we simply require them to read is Dr. Dennis Kimbrough's What Makes the Great Great. That's just one of many that we do require our children to read. And Keith Weish also mentioned some things too. So look forward to hearing all that he shared in our interview in the How to Raise Your Black Child to Be a Millionaire audiobook series coming up, soon to be released. When I was talking with, this is way number 2, the grooming trifecta. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So this is where we talk about the grooming trifecta, not in the last post. My bad. When I was talking with Bill Patterson, the father of author and wealth and business coach William R. Patterson, you can reach him and his services at Baron Series, BaronSeries.com. He said that there were 3 requirements he and his wife placed upon their children. They were to learn a foreign language, to play an instrument, and to play a sport. They further required them to do these to the point of mastery. Each of the 3 areas of the grooming trifecta, yes, it's my phrase and I'm coining it, is rich in, they're all rich in the ways they add to a child's development. We'll discuss them further in a future article, but let's just say that they all expand a child's perspective and deepen his or her thought patterns far beyond that of those who don't experience any of these activities. Way number 3, fail often and fail fast. I love this. I so love this. Here's why. As adults, we always learn something, several things oftentimes, in adulthood that make us think, man, if only I'd learned that as a child. Well, for me, the lesson of failing often and failing fast is that lesson. Many of us grow up to become timid and afraid to try the desires of our hearts because we don't want to fail and look stupid, right? Additionally, so very many of us tragically never allow ourselves to even dream of things that are beyond what meets the eye. But the crazy thing is, none of us were born that way. Something happened between childhood and adulthood, perhaps even between childhood and adolescence, that caused us to abandon our natural inclinations towards exploration and bounce back. Millionaires recognize this and create environments that support their children's inclination towards endeavor, no matter how aloof or far-fetched it seems to the parents. Very important. Very, 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 very important. They encourage their children to seek the necessary resources to accomplish their goals and pursue them without judgment or limitation. In the words of Bill Patterson to his children, don't let anyone tell you what you can't do, even if that somebody is me. Applying these three methods will have you well on your way towards hashtag raising black millionaires. To stay informed of the audiobook release of How to Raise Your Black Child to Be a Millionaire, not millionaire, enter your name and email address and receive audio clips from the series as they're released. In the meantime, join the conversation by leaving a comment below and share the article with your Facebook and Twitter friends. So, that was that very second blog post. Again, please visit the site, raisingmillionaires.wordpress.com, soon to be linked up with raisingblackmillionaires.com, and become a part of the conversation. You can also become a part of the conversation by leaving your comment below. And please share this information, because the sole reason for putting out these blog and vlog and book series is to just help us to, as a community, advance towards the creation and maintenance of intergenerational wealth and interdependence at a more rapid rate. If we attack this thing from the perspective of how we as adults can contribute with our own individual lives, and attack it from the perspective of raising our children in ways that help them to develop some of these habits, some of these thought patterns, some of these general outlooks that many of us didn't get until we were well into adulthood. If we just help them to get that stuff sooner in their childhood, then we'll be well on our way to creating a culture that is saturated with us having intergenerational wealth and interdependence. So until next time, thank you so much for taking the time with me. You have a beautiful rest of the morning, day, night, whichever it is for you. Thanks a lot. Peace.